Alrighty, so in this match, we're going against a Dream Witch. Now, Psychologist against a Dream Witch can be really, really game changing. If anything, if she can heal the teammate that's being chased by either the main body or the leech and pulls off the heal mid kite, it could be very game changing. But it's really hard to do that against a really good Dream Witch. But even though that may be hard to pull off, and maybe you can't even pull it off, that's okay because during, I believe, in-game, mid-game, you can heal survivors who have to constantly rescue. So, like for example, if you ban like mercenary as a Dream Witch, it can be very annoying when like the Gravekeeper with shovels or the forward with football gets constantly healed up to maybe go rescue again and again, leaving the fast decoders to decode. So right now, as you can see Mistaken Green here is doing his best to mind game. Owl is gone. First presence is almost there. She needs one more hit. Takes the leech hit. So this is what we're talking about right here. I blow the whistle to Green, and he instantly calls it. The Dream Witch trying to like push the leech away, and Green managed to heal up mid kite. So you can tell that this went from like maybe almost a maybe 30-second kite to probably longer because now the Dream Witch has to use her patrollers. When a Dream Witch downs somebody without the use of a skill, it can be very detrimental because the Dream Witch can just patrol the rescuer. So it's a lot harder. Because if the mercenary gets rescued, patrollered, and the grave gets patrollered, or whoever's the rescue gets patrollered, it's kind of GG because that guarantees a double hit, and the survivor on chair probably won't get away because they'll switch the blink. So right now in this match what's going on is that Green gets away. He is away. He has a leech on him, but he's away. And now, as you can see here, the Dream Witch went for me. And this is a make or break scenario with Psychologist because the Dream Witch is forced to switch targets. So when she switches targets like this, it's a 50-50 because if the survivor that she's chasing, me right now, does not go down quickly, and I manage to kite for a decent amount of time, it can still put her in a bad spot. Because Mistaken Green wasn't shared, but neither was I. So right now she switched to blink. She blinked to the wall. I guess you call that a wall. I guess she blinks to the wall and knocks me down. But as you can see, our ciphers are almost done. We have ciphers that are literally almost prime, if not worked on. We have our last 3 ciphers, which are, I believe, Ruins, Birdcage, and Shack. So we have our last 3 ciphers. So, and one of them is prime. So here's what I mean right here. So right here, Green and his duo end up getting smacked where they're trying to remove leeches. So now the mechanic Pinto has to rescue. Now Pinto right here is in VC with me. He is my duo on this match. And so what I tell Pinto is like, Pinto, you need to come forward. They cannot save. So as you can see, they're getting pressured because they have a leech runner. So I'm like, Pinto, come here. You need to save me. They can't rescue. And he was like, okay, sure. Like, I got you. So like right here, the Dream Witch is basically getting 2 people onto this right here. If Green would have went down right here, this would have been pretty much a GG because there would have been 3 people on the ground. So now they rescue me, and here's what I do. I'm like, I'm going to get far away because I have a leech on me. So I'm going to go push into an area where there's no ciphers so that I don't disturb any cipher rush. And I'm like, Pinto can rescue again technically as mechanic, but there would be no point because he can't probably rebound and he doesn't have time. So I'm like, okay, I give the whistle to Green. The Green takes the whistle because he has not been shared and he can technically save. So now what we have is me on the ground. We have the mechanic doing the ciphers, rotating back to her cipher to finish it. There is 2 ciphers left. And now the Seer is going for rescue. The Seer gets a free rescue. And now we're kind of in a good position. This right now is a good position. You have the forward kiting. You have me on the ground. But you do have them removing leeches. The mechanic is working on both ciphers. So this is looking like a decent tie. Not a loss, not a win, but a tie. So they removed the leeches and they're healing. So now my leech is coming to me. And my build on Psychologist is 3 on healing and 2 on sticker, and then just broken windows and borrow time. I know a lot of psychologists wonder why I don't carry Tide or why I don't bring snooze. I don't bring snooze because snooze doesn't really feel like it helps me in the long run. Besides, if you're going against undead, or if you're going against a dream witch, and if you're going against like maybe a breaking wheel or something like that, I feel like having the ability to crawl faster to maybe hatch, gate, or pick yourself up faster and let teammates heal you faster, especially if you're playing a survivor that's a healing debuff, like kind of like Merc. I kind of treat Psychologist like a Merc because he also has a healing debuff, so that's why I bring 2 sticker, 3 on healing. So that's why I don't bring Snooze. I don't think Snooze is going to be that valuable. Some people wonder why I don't run Tide. I can run Tide, but there would be like no purpose because like I've tried Tide before, and I'm not saying like you can't do this, but kiting with Psychologist without like broken can be very hard. It's possible. Maybe I'm just bad. I'll say maybe I'm just bad, but I'm just saying from what I've experienced so far, kiting a big Q, kiting Dream Witch, kiting a breaking wheel without no broken windows, you're basically like a guy who can take 3 hits. Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, they're a kiter. I can take 3 hits. And I can just kite, and that should be enough, right? To an extent, yeah, but when you're facing against bonbons, and you're facing against sculptors, maybe Dream Witches sometimes, and breaking wheel, and you just have nothing but Tide, it's hard. I'm gonna admit it, it's really, really hard. So I just keep broken, and I just do it. So now, as you can see, this gameplay right here, this gameplay right here is just showing you kind of support. You see that I'm healing teammates. You have to have game sense with this character. This character's not broken. It requires game sense. So if you're playing her just because you think her ability is cool, I get that. I played her because her ability was cool, and I feel to an extent from my end it can change games, which as you can see it kind of did change games. But I have to know when to use it and when not to use it, because you can end up throwing if you just whistle all the time. Whenever someone's injured, you can throw. It's possible. So this gameplay was to show support, and now in this next one that I'm about to show you right now is more of kiting while supporting. So as you can see, we got a Moonlit Bonbon. We're going against GT Goated, one of the top bonbons, I believe. I think first. And so this is why I bring Broken, because like I'm in an area where like if I had Tide, this would not be useful. So what I do is I throw this pallet down so I can see where they're coming from. This is my build. So they have to make the bonbon force a decision. Break that pallet and move. So he does, and I can transition. So now you got to be careful with bonbons in top tier, or maybe even low tier, mid tier. Just be careful, because look, smart bonbons, like look at the way he does it. He doesn't make it obvious where he's chaining. He makes it like where it's harder to see where he's going to chain, but he can still land them. So now, Goated, I know for a fact that when I see the skin and see like it's a bonbon, I'm just like in my mind, it's Goated. And I know we go against him or her all the time, and so we're just like, it's an up down trump card bonbon with no detention. So with that in mind, we're just like, okay, all we're gonna have to do is just like kite. So I'm kiting right here, and this is what I'm talking about. This is some mind games that what we did here. This is why it's important to look behind, because look, he was gonna try to cut me off to the stairs, but I didn't take that. So I double back and I go back where I'm going. So now with Psychologist, it takes six bonbon hits for you to go down entirely. If I take a normal hit, it will still require 4 bonbon hits to knock me down requiredly. So as you can see, basically one more normal hit or 2 more bombs, I go down instantly. So he gets a nice chain bomb here, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna do anything. So Goated likes to put a lot of 5-second bombs and try to mind game me, but I kind of watch out for those. If I see a red bomb, I just literally risk it. I just run, to be honest, and see what happens. So right now we got 1 cipher done, 2 ciphers are almost done. I'm working with nothing here. All I can try to do is pray and hope I can buy a little bit more time and see what I can do. So right here I just slide down the slide, and this is GG. I can't literally do anything. So I'm gonna take a normal hit and just die in the corner. So my ciphers, the ciphers right now are like, that was a 3 cipher kite. Now there is a cipher that's almost done right now, and that leaves 1 more cipher. So if the Merc gets a save, we still need 1 more cipher that's brand new. So as you can see, right now he's camping. Right, the Merc is preparing to save. Mechanic and this what's it called, Toy Merchant are working on the last 2 ciphers, or the last cipher, my bad. And he ends up hitting the chair here, which is kind of unexpected. I don't know how that hit the chair, but he hit the chair. And so now I'm gonna rotate far away. I'm 1 chip away, so I need to like rotate far away from this, because this is where the last cipher is. So I need to get far away. So now I'm gonna just rotate towards first stop and try to get far away and make sure I don't die near the ciphers, and hopefully it just buys a lot more time. Right now the cipher is like 50. There's three of them on it. The best case scenario here is that the Merc and Mechanic go for the rescue together, because Merc can definitely not rescue if he can be lucky and maybe rescue if he's God himself, but we're not. They're not going to take that risk. So Mechanic has wanted. So what they're going to do here is a double rescue. Mechanic's going to try to go for it, and so is Merc. So whoever gets the rescue is whoever gets the rescue. So right now he's focusing on the mech. The Merc gets the clean rescue. The Cypher's 86, so this is risky. So now, if he would have hit me here, he probably would have got the down. But like he's trying to chain me to death. The Cypher's trying the prime. I tell him to pop it because like I'm not risking it. I just tell them pop it so we can just go. So they pop it, and now I'm in the worst area. The gates are not even open, nowhere near to be open, and like I'm injured. I'm gonna go down soon. Like I can't do anything here. I'm in a bad area. I can't go anywhere. So now, what's gonna happen is that my best bet here is that he slugs. He does slug. He TP's 2 feet away to the Merc, which I kind of feels like what threw his game, because now he doesn't have TP. So he is trying to chase down the Merc and get a double hit. He's going to probably come back to me, because that's what you would do. You will down the Merc, make sure he gets last effort, and then you come back to me and you cheer me and hopefully find the Merc and get a tie. So now this is why I bring Sticker, because if I had just tie turner, if I just had snooze, it did me no good. So now he's coming back to me, and I'm over here just self-healing. I self-heal because I have max Sticker, and I pick myself up and I just go. Or not max Sticker, too. Sorry. And take the roller coaster. Thank God that the second stop was at least activated, so I pushed the third. My teammates are over here, and they're working on, I believe, on the mercenary. They're over there healing the Merc. Both the toy merchant and the mechanic are both on the mercenary trying to heal. And the hunter has no detention, so to be honest, they can just eat all the bombs and push forward stopping, probably get the 4-man. Which I believe we did 4-man, but I just like exited out early. So before I leave, I'm going to do this. I know the Merc's injured, so I'm going to call him and give him the whistle. So that way, because he's on the mechanic. So I'm going to call and get, the toy merchant, I'm going to crawl out, and that gives us the 4-man. But basically, I am the #1 psychologist, and hopefully that was a help for you.